Bernhard Schrefler. It's a pleasure, Professor, to be with you. 50 years in research, almost the entire life, scientific research. Tell us something about your fields of research and specifically how they help the society, their applications.
Yeah, first, thank you for giving me the possibility to talk. And okay, I started off with soil mechanics of flow and porous media. Actually, why I came into that was the subsidence of Venice. A colleague came to me and told me, could you model why Venice is sinking?
Venice is sinking?
Yes, because Venice is sinking because they were pumping a lot of water in the industrial area of Marghera, it's called.
And this is what, in what year?
It was in the it was in the 70s.
70s?
Yeah, late 60s actually.
Late 60s, yes. Venice was in Venezia.
It went on, I mean,
yes,
a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So first I thought a strange solution, and then I met by chance Professor Luis from Swansea, who was visiting Padua, and he was just implementing the DO equations, that is, interaction between solid deformation and flow. He said that usually they are used for consolidation, you apply a load, but you can also take out water. So he told me, why don't you try to use them? And so I found some money to go to Swansea, and I made the model. And we simulated, we were able to calibrate the model with the past data from it's going on since the 30s, 1930 or even before. And then we were able to make predictions, and they were right.
Predictions of
what would go on?
With Venezia, with Venice?
Yes.
If the water goes up?
Yeah, no, if they were still pumping with the same rate, then obviously if it sinks, the water goes up.
Okay.
Actually, it sank roughly 24 centimeters.
Since?
Since when they started the industrial area in Marghera, where they were pumping heavily water from the 350 meters below. Mm-hmm. So a nice story for young people. They should never take no as an answer, because when I went to my professor former professor in soil mechanics, I told I want to apply bio theory for studying subsidence of Venice, and he said impossible, because he was used to bio theory. He was supposed used to apply a load, but didn't understand that if you apply a load, it's like a sponge. If you squeeze it, water comes out. But on the other hand, if you pump, it also deforms.
Yes.
And what we applied, the pumping, to the deformation of the soil. Then I went to a geologist to ask for stratigraphy below Venice. They said, stratigraphy, the layers of soil, because if the architect, you need physical data to make it happen.
Yes. Since some of the terms are too technical for general public.
Okay, so I
will try to simplify.
Anyway, he said, but do you really think that something which happens 350 meters below will be felt on the surface? And he was utterly wrong, because if you pump gas or oil from 3,000 meters below, you still feel the effects. Okay, so we did the model, we published it in Water Resources Research Journal, and then Shell, company, they said that they wanted to sue us because we had said that if you pump, the surface goes down, but nothing happened. So after that,
nothing happened means
they didn't go on with that.
They didn't go on.
They were unhappy that we had done that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So then we applied this model for the subsidence of other areas, for instance in Ravenna. There are a lot of gas reservoirs in the upper Adriatic. And so we studied that because the effects are that the soil was going down, the sea was going, the sea was going inward, and so some private property became public domain because a line along the sea belongs to the state, so they were at the island. So we went on with these problems. We went on still, let's say, in the 2010, because there are still some areas where they are pumping. So I want to make clear, I'm not against pumping. I'm only saying that they should be pumped with a proper schedule so that the water which flows in can substitute what is taken out. Because the water under pressure bears some load. If you take the water out or the gas out, the soil is loaded and the substance.
So this is one of the field of research.
Yes.
And the others, two you mentioned.
Yeah. Okay, just on this field, then we applied this, expanded this model for concrete. For instance, what we do is fire safety in tunnels. With this model, for instance, now we are calculating or evaluating fire safety in the Bernhard A tunnel, which is being built. It's 57 kilometers. So it's still the same from this same basic model, just adding equations. You can expand. Okay. Then the other field I came into is nuclear fusion technology. That is because in Padua we have a special fusion reactor, fusion device. Nuclear fusion is not the fission on one side of the scale of the elements, but on the lower side. Okay. In fission you have plutonium or whatever, uranium, you split it, while in fusion you bring the barium and tritium together to get helium and good energy. That could be what is going on in the sun. That would be clean energy because there is no radioactivity and there's no danger because it's a very delicate situation, and if pressure something is not satisfied, it just stops. Okay. So in Padua, one of these devices had been built and I was involved in the structural design. So I came to coil design, then we went on. There was then another fusion reactor being programmed, which is next to being porous, but then that was cancelled because Riga had said, why don't we do that together with Europe? And so started ITER. So I looked into the superconducting coil design. ITER is now in construction. It's almost 50% finished, finally. And I was contributing to the design of the coils. Then money went mainly, now they say they have to construct it. There is no more money available for research and development. The companies are doing it, so I'm out. And then in 2010, I did a sabbatical in Austin. Then I saw what they are doing for a tumor growth model for prostate cancer. And if I looked at the equation, I thought, I know this equation, I solved this equation since 20 years. So I went to...
because it was the equation for...
The same for young countries, or countries. Yeah, only there are some parts which are different. So I went to Houston, where I met Mauro Ferrari. He's a CEO of the Houston Methodist Research Institute. Before it was at the Texas Health Center. And he believed in me and he hired me. And since 2011 I'm working in this field. I visit regularly this research institute.
In
Houston,
in
the
Houston
Medical Center.
Okay.
And then lately I got, for the same problem, a Hans Fischer Tenure Fellowship at the Institute for Advanced Study in Munich. And where I have doctoral student, now newborn, and they go on with this model. We are expanded. Sorry, I have to explain. The model is a growth model for tumor because we want to evaluate the efficacy of therapeutic agents to kill the tumor. So we need the transport model, we need biodistribution model, it's called, and the tumulus model to see the effect of these drugs. Okay.
So this is in the time span of about 50 years.
Altogether, yes.
Altogether. And this is, most unique.
There are other.
And there are others, I'm sure, but 50th anniversary of research is something special. How you came in the first place into science? What were the factors, the decisive factors that into science?
Yeah. There was ophthalmologist from ophthalmologist.
Eye doctor.
Yes, from New York. Actually, he was from Vienna, but he left Vienna because of political reasons then.
Okay.
And he retired and moved to my hometown, and became a friend of my father because they went into the mountains together. And he is the son of a famous ophthalmologist, Ernst Fuchs. Yes, still the book is still around. And he was re-editing his book. At that time I did technical high school, so I had was quite good in drawing. And he needed to draw again the fundus oculi, these are the pictures of the front of the eyes. So I did these drawings, then I became a bit involved. I said, yeah, research is a nice area to be in.
So from an ophthalmologist,
yes,
is your incentive to go to sciences?
Yeah.
At what age you were at the time?
No, I did draw, and it was before, it was, let's say 60, 61.
What do you mean 61?
Yeah, because then I started university in 62.
And you, what was your age, how many years old you were at the time? In 61 when you decided this?
I was 90.
90s?
19.
19?
Yeah.
So you did the drawings for an ophthalmologist at 19?
Yes.
And this was the determining factor that the research is good?
Yeah.
What about other research in other fields? Law?
Yeah, no, because then I went into engineering because I liked it.
Okay. That was your decision and you liked it?
Yes. Yeah, I liked maths and engineering.
So you never thought to go to a different field?
No.
It came just
Yeah.
nature or learning.
Yeah.
And if you go back 50 years, again at the age 19, would you have chosen the same profession?
Probably yes.
Why are you saying probably?
No, I think I would have done it.
It looks like it's
okay.
sure.
No. At that time I liked also archaeology and I liked physics. But I said in archaeology, there is not much money. If you don't find to go to Middle East or something, it's no point in doing. And in physics, you must be really good to make life in physics as engineer.
So, as I understand, the quality of life and how much money you get was one of the decisions of your choice.
Yeah. No, not how much money I get, but how much money I would get for doing the research.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. But this, you never crossed your mind going in other fields besides science?
No. Okay. No, that was already from high school. I like math.
This is the 60s.
Yes.
Early 60s. And during the time, engineering fields were popular.
Yes.
Why they're not now? What do you think?
Oh, mechanical engineering is still doing well. Civil engineering much less, actually.
What about materials? What about
materials too, we are good at the course through mechanical.
Yeah. Generally, according to statistics, in Europe, United States, Canada, Japan, all developed countries, the number of students in science and engineering going down.
Yeah.
Less and less and less.
Yeah, but they go into even coming out from engineering, they go into economics, into banking, making models for prediction.
Why do you think it happens?
I don't know. Probably it was more appealing
Because
money.
money. Okay, so they get much more money in the banking system.
Yes, but now they're out of the job because the computers are doing more. No, it's true.
Yeah, no.
So just also make the codes are still okay. But, I mean, the traders, they are.
Yeah, well, still,
Yeah, they're still there.
computers need the human input.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's a judgment, but so we think, well, it's a combination of money, it's a combination of quality of life.
Yes.
To the bankers or legal lawyers or movie stars, quality of life is better than the science and engineering.
But the science engineering will last much longer.
It lasts much longer.
Yes.
Wow, a Hollywood star.
Yeah, some all your life. How many are lost on the way?
It's good. I good to hear this. I'm trying to challenge you, but you're giving me a very very good answer.
If you are a good banker,
Yeah.
at 65 they throw you out.
Oh, okay.
Unless you are top, all the others are.
Exactly. And if you are a science engineer,
No, as long as you have ideas, you go on.
you go on.
Yes.
Good.
I mean, I go on.
This is very good, I think. Okay. Any regrets on all 50 years of research, of activity?
No, maybe, no, I did my PhD in UK. Probably should have went before to the States.
Because?
It's much easier to do research.
It's much easier because of?
Yeah, there is more money available, there is the structure.
Compared to UK or?
No, UK is fine, but it depends where you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, also in Munich, it's like the same facilities there.
What about your daughter? It's not in engineering or science, you told me. She is into...
Yeah, okay,
and law.
my wife is a sociologist,
Okay.
and the daughter so both working hard. She said, no, I don't want neither sociology and neither engineering. So I suggested try economics, and now she's back.
Why? Why she didn't want not sociology, no?
Also because they are both in research, so she said she would like to do research, but she doesn't want academic.
Because what's one? I'm just curious, this is very interesting.
Yeah, academic life, it's not always easy. I mean, I had it easy, but...
Because why is that?
They are quarreling about so little things.
All the time?
Yes.
Okay.
So there would have been big things.
If it would have been, sorry?
No, big stuff, then it would be different, and the quarrel would also be different. Because there the problems have to be solved and you have to do something, otherwise they just go on and on.
Go on with small things.
Yes.
Arguing with small things. If there are big problems, you don't have time to deal with quarreling with small things.
Yes.
Okay. So, but this is, your daughter was witness of all this.
Yes.
And she didn't want to be neither a sociologist or exact science researcher in academia. That's very interesting. And she ended up in economics and law.
Yeah, and she does research because they evaluate the impact of the laws and all that, but she publishes a book.
Yeah, but
It's not academic. But
lawyers,
now, yes.
lawyers argue all the time.
Yes.
That's their profession, to argue.
Yeah,
small, big things.
Yeah. But now she's teaching, yes, at the École de Bruges, giving some lectures there, but she enjoys it also in Rome and in
Oh, so she is entered in academy.
I don't know, but I don't think she'll go in the academic career.
What's your hobbies, Professor, besides science?
Yeah, I do, no, let's say I did climbing quite a lot now.
Climbing?
Yes.
Okay, where?
Oh, in the Dolomites, in the mountains. I was even member
Near
of
Padua?
No, near Merano, my hometown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was member of the rescue team also.
So you have experience in the rescue?
Yeah, and then also to skiing, tennis playing, but
Effectively?
no, because at a certain age you start pulling here a muscle, pulling here a muscle, so you can't do all you like to do. So now I do a lot of, I go still mountaineering, but walking maybe.
Yeah, but you talented when you're a teenager, when you're older now?
No, I went cliff climbing on the seaside up to, let's say, 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tennis playing?
No, because I played with my wife and she was several times so.
Okay.
Then I like music, go and museums, art.
You like museums and art? You like sociology also?
Yeah.
Sociology?
Yes, but I mean it's different from hard sciences, so.
Hard science?
Yeah.
So,
No, it's quite important things because.
Your wife shouldn't hear this.
No. No, but they do. Because if you see the interest of Elias Saifantis here.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is brain in short. The idea is, have you argued in good terms with your wife about difference between exact science and sociology? Methods used. Are they exact?
Yeah, yes, okay.
Are they exact sociology?
But now, or lately, the exact sciences are one of the topic of research.
So you influenced her?
Yes, because a book came out. She was studying why so many scientists are leaving Italy. I mean, she studied mathematics, engineering, and physics. So they did, a big study. They did 83 in-depth interviews, and with the Web 2500, and they evaluated the data.
That's very interesting. So, what do you
see? Has some interest in hard science.
It has some interest in
hard science. Or some engineering, physics.
You call it hard science?
Yeah.
Why hard science? Because
that is
I've heard that.
No, that comes from French.
Hard?
Yeah.
Strong. C'est quoi en français?
Exactement.
Science dure. Ah, voilà. Donc, it's science dure.
Yeah.
That means exact science.
Exact science, okay.
And the other sciences are light sciences?
No,
science légère?
No.
But this is a really very interesting classification. Science dure et science légère.
No, légère, I don't know. You have to find out what's the other one.
Légère?
No, it's not.
But to conclude, what you the 50 years of your life spent in research, what you can say to a young boy at 19 years old that doesn't have a chance to do drawings for a famous ophthalmologist, where if he has a dilemma, where to go, sociology, philosophy, engineering, science, what are you going to tell him? Do you feel yourself like a role model for that teenager? To tell him, follow me or follow the sciences and you'll have a fulfilled life like I had.
No, I would say choose what you like, but do it well, because then it becomes interesting.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.